It is now 2023, and it's interesting that the more that time goes on, the more things remain the same, and only the calendar date changes. And when it comes to the sport of boxing, we see familiar themes, narratives, points of view play out consistently the same way over and again. This is another editorial that I am calling NBF. The resistance is strong. You won't build legacy off me. We're seeing in this modern era of boxing numerous contenders and pretenders, potential contenders, and so-called titleists, all alike, swimming in a sea where they just do not want to cross one another's path. Why is this? There are several reasons that this occurs. One of the foremost circumstances that causes this problem are promoters who get in the way of making the fights that the public wants to see. And it doesn't matter if it's been a long-time promoter or someone that is fresh in the game. But the promoters need partnership in this not taking place. And that falls on the shoulders of the fighters themselves. A number of today's fighters are not in the sport to be the best that they could be. Numerous guys are in it to try to collect the bag. Now, there was a time when fighters fought to feed their families, and they weren't making the best of a purse, but it was a hard way to earn a living. More blue collar than any blue collar that you could consider. In the time when things have changed, when ethics have changed, networks are now paying fighters far more than what they used to. And sanctioning bodies have created multiple belts so that every time they fight on air, the battle is for some sort of a belt. The fighters that you see pictured here on this thumbnail are a roster of current participants in what we talk about. You won't build a legacy off me. When you talk about fighters like Jaime Munguia, William Zepeda, Teofimo Lopez, Naoya Inoue, and Isaac Cruz. What are you seeing from these fighters? You're seeing men who have opportunities just before them, because each of these men have winning fight records and have fought mediocre opposition to build their name. It's not even about building a fan base anymore, but positioning themselves and angling toward a big payday. No longer looking at the opportunity to be the best in the sport. I have never, in my years of watching boxing, observed so many men turn down title opportunities. And mind you, we're in an era with multiple titles per division. There are at least a minimum of 5 championship titles that are available in the weight classes. And with 2 undisputed champions in the sport of male boxing, when you look at the rest of the sport, the rest of the divisions, and how it just can't happen for each division undisputed. The holdup is the fighter most of the time. They don't want to get in there. They are even now adopting the narrative that titles don't matter. How absurd is that? For you to dictate that you're worth tuning into, that people should support and buy a ticket for your event, but you might not be a titleist. You may not have ever fought for a title, but all of a sudden titles don't matter. It's a ridiculous notion, to say the least. And we're seeing it more and more and more. How do we get beyond this? You have to cover the sport correctly and hold certain fighters who behave in this manner accountable. Accountability is everything. And in 2023, this channel, Stormy B-Man, will do more and more toward pointing this out. We cannot continue to go on and ride the wave of lackluster matches, mismatches, where a pretender is being fed an assortment of challengers that don't really challenge their status, but challenge the entire integrity of the sport. All of that being said, I want to say, welcome to Black Murderers Row continued. This is what it is, because there are fighters out here who benefit from the quality matches being made, but they're being denied. It is something to be talked about. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This editorial is one in a series of more to come. We need to improve the sport and hold fighters accountable. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.